person to be president. Doesn't matter. Well, if you're going to go by being, criminal, then yeah, she's probably the most qualified of all the candidates on both sides of the aisle. If it's about being corrupt, yeah, she's by far the most qualified to be the most in that particular area. But there's also other information. FBI expands. There's now the FBI says there are 150 agents now working on the Clinton Foundation case. The FBI is expanding their investigation. You don't do this unless there's something there. The FBI is not in the habit of wasting their time. Now, you can say whatever you want about the rest of the government, but for the most part, the FBI is one of those organizations because of the rank and file. No, I'm not talking about the upper echelon of the leadership, but because of the rank and file. The FBI has come to be one of those rare agencies in the federal government that has been considered to be above reproach, that they're still generally, it's like the Secret Service. There's still generally straight, honest people working the rank and file of the FBI and the Secret Service. And the FBI is looked at often as being the type of organization that can help bring balance back and law and order back to the United States and the federal government. So they're not in the habit of wasting agents' time. So if they put 150 agents to work on this case that's looking into the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation, there has to be some reason, justifiable reason for this. Especially when you're talking about you've got a very ultra-liberal sitting president investigating an ultra-liberal continuation of the sitting president candidate. Why would they do that? There's got to be something there because they would not spend all this manpower, all this energy, all this money if nothing was there. That's not who the FBI generally is. They look at something and they say, yeah, there's nothing there, so we're going to have to leave it for a while because right now there's nothing there. We'll put one or two guys on it. You guys keep looking into it, see if something pops up. But you're not going to put 150 people on it, on the case, unless there's something there. And you got the FBI talking, FBI agents saying, well, geez, the FBI, if they do not indict her for this stuff, of which some people have gone to jail and been fined heavily for less than this that we have, there's going to be hell to pay. Now, I don't know exactly what the FBI can possibly do to other people, but it's kind of one of those things, like back in the it's not exactly the Herbert Hoover FBI, but it's you still don't want to screw around with the FBI. I'm sorry, you don't. Because eventually, because they don't let stuff go. The FBI does not let stuff go. So even if they're told to kind of stand down right now, well, eventually there isn't going to be a liberal Democrat as president. And that conservative Republican president is going to say, hey, what do you know? And they're going to open up, and that conservative president is going to say, bring him down. You can only hold the dogs off for so long, really. But this is what they are trying to do, I guess, is hold the dogs off. But this probe is just growing and growing and growing, and these guys keep if it only can grow if they find stuff. Do you understand? Do you leftists who are listening to this program, do you understand this? This is Barack Obama's FBI looking into Hillary Clinton right now. They keep finding stuff, which means every time they find something, they dig a little bit deeper, they widen their net to look at more stuff, and they find more stuff, which means they have to dig deeper, and they broaden the net, and they find more stuff. Now they're encompassing the Clinton Foundation because they found so much stuff that says, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Let's look into this. So now they're looking into it with 150 plus agents. And you're saying that she's the most honest, trustworthy person to be president? The FBI doesn't think so. I even got a story here about Huma Abedin, who's, basically a Hillary Clinton's right-hand man or right-hand woman. I shouldn't even say this because I don't even believe it. I saw some tabloid online thing. I don't know what it was that claimed that Hillary Clinton had an affair with Rosie O'Donnell. No, I don't even believe that. Sorry. Even if Hillary Clinton even if she is bisexual or lesbian, ain't no way in hell that thing is going to have a relationship with that other thing. I just not buying it. But here from the Politico is a story about Huma Abedin. Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman. A judge has decided that, the State Department has ordered the State Department to release Huma Abedin's emails, much like they've done with Hillary Clinton. The State Department has agreed to process for public release an archive of 29,000 pages of email from Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin. The emails that she sent or received on a private account while working as Deputy Chief of Staff to Clinton from 2009 to 2013. So now Abedin's emails are being looked into. There's going to be some... the Clintons are going to start tossing people in front of them under the bus. They're just going to... the bus is rolling. They can't stop the bus. So they're just going to start tossing people in front of them and roll over them. And that's pretty sad to say. Hello. Yeah, we're going to, in order to save their own... and for whatever reason, when people go down because of the Clintons, and maybe it's just because they're scared for their lives, but they do not roll over on the... Nobody has yet rolled over on the Clintons. You had the so-called bimbo eruption with Bill Clinton and his sexual escapades while in the White House. But other than that, you got people that most of those women didn't want to come forward. They had nothing to do with it. They had to be coerced into doing it and then even tricked into talking about it. But for some reason, people do not want to out the Clintons. The Clintons will constantly throw people under the bus, and I know some of their close friends are no longer with us because they've died under mysterious circumstances, and maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's what has everybody scared. Maybe the Clintons really are a crime syndicate. I don't know, but for whatever, nobody seems to want to roll over on the Clintons. And yet, these people are constantly getting caught up in this web of lies and deceit, and they're the ones taking the fall for the Clintons, and the Clintons are saying, well, they did that on their own. We had nothing to do with it. And these people are not rolling over to say or prove otherwise. They take the brunt. So I think Uma's the next person in line. Hillary's going to say, well, that was Uma's doing. That was her account, remember. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't know that she was doing that. I didn't tell her to do all of that. Those are her emails on her account. I would never. You didn't see those on my account, did you? Well, of course not, because she did it on her own. Don't doubt me about Hillary throwing Uma under the bus. And in the case of somebody like Uma, not only will the Clintons throw them under the bus and roll over them going forward, they'll back up a couple and go forward a couple of times on her. And this is... I don't know. I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. The criminality, the corruption that is the Clintons. And now they've roped their daughter into the family business. I can't trust, Chelsea used to be that innocent little she wasn't a very pretty child. Chelsea's actually gotten a hell of a lot better looking since she's grown up. But they've taken this innocent little girl, and they have twisted her so. Hillary, Chelsea Clinton is now no better than her parents in my book. I mean, they've well, I mean, you're going to stick up to your you're going to stick up for your parents, but she's gone beyond just sticking up for them, and she's full-fledged involved. As far as I'm concerned, from what I can see now I could be wrong once all the evidence comes out. But from the little evidence I've seen, she's knee-deep in this stuff. She's neck-deep in this stuff. So, I don't have any sympathy for anybody in that family. Well, I guess, they're kids now. They're Clinton's grandkids, Chelsea's kids. I don't understand how that investment banker married into the Clinton family. Well, obviously there's something there that he knows that the rest of us don't. You don't hear or see him either. He keeps out of the limelight for the most part. Yeah, I can't even remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he stays out of the limelight. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Quickly though, do you still want to say no to health insurance? And not be penalized with a mandated tax fine that is mandated under the Affordable Care Act, a.k.a. Obamacare, a.k.a. Romneycare, a.k.a. Hillary Care. Now, the government wants you to think that you don't have a choice. They want you to think that you don't have a choice about a lot of things. But they really don't want you to think that you don't have a choice about this without being punished for not having health insurance. So basically the government is saying pay out or pay up. One way or the other, you're going to pay the government. Well, there's a great way that you can say no to this type of illegality, extortion, and get away with it. But you got to visit www.stopobamacaretaxnow.com to find out more about how you can say no to high mandated health insurance costs, say no to being punished for not having the health insurance that the government wants you to have, and to say yes to living more freely like you were meant to do because you're an American citizen. Just visit www.stopobamacaretaxnow.com to find out more. And the more is you got 150 agents, FBI agents, working on the Bill and Hillary and Chelsea Clinton Foundation case. And a judge orders the Huma Abedin emails to be released. And the FBI is out there saying, well, geez, if she's not indicted because people have actually been convicted and fined for less than this. Yeah, and they have a legitimate gripe on that. They really do. Can't blame them on that. Have you noticed that gas prices? I mean, gas prices are going down. They're talking about that a barrel of oil could hit $20, as low as $20. That for a short period of time before it rises, that in some places in the country that gasoline could hit $1 per gallon. Well, those would be great. But not for the oil industry. Not at all. And the EU is cracking down on gun ownership even after all the terror attacks and the rapes lately in Germany. And German officials says that 10 million more migrants are expected to enter Europe. So better be prepared over there in Europe. Get your gun while you can. Well, looks like this is just about it for today. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, of course. I'm Rod Eccles. This has been the Rod Eccles Show. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening. I'm out.